Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about disguised writing. This is when one letter or number looks like another. They often cannot be distinguished from each other, especially when taken out of context. This can be for a letter or a word as a whole. Sometimes letters or numbers are formed in an awkward manner, often backwards. Disguised writing belong to writers that tend to be ambiguous. They may have fraudulent intentions. They're often amoral, or can be amoral, I should say, because they hide their true intentions. They can be non-conforming and authority resistant or even defiant. Disguised writing is typically slow with a vertical slant and cramped letter spacing because they are cautious. Caution means they don't want to move forward, so letter spacing becomes small or even letters touching each other. Here we see the signature of George Santos, a known pathological liar from New York. If we look at the G and the S, now highlighted in red, we see that they look very similar. Out of context, you would not know what type of letter this is. Now, the D is also oddly and awkwardly written. This is Donald Trump's signature. Again, we see the D and the T are very similar, as well as the midzone structures are all the same. Note that the P also looks very similar to the D and D. This is the signature of Bernard Madoff. He schemed 65 billion in his Ponzi scheme, and this is the writing of an adult male. This is disguised writing because when you look at words on an individual basis, here it is gave and have, you can barely read them without context. Richard Allen Davis kidnapped and murdered Polly Klaas. These principles are in my book, Handwriting Analysis Principles. Now, these four writers are all type 3s on the Enneagram. And we know that based on their handwriting and combined with relevant past behaviors. And so we determined what they say, how they behave through handwriting, and their mindset by what they say and or write. Now, each of the 9 types in the Enneagram have a distinct and consistent core pattern and attitude. The core perspective of a type 3 is feeling worthless. Unless they succeed at or excel at a task, they are simply after performance acknowledgement. They want praise. They need to hear how well they did and how great they are. At healthy levels, they are admirable, driven to improve themselves, charming and empowering. A lot of people want to be like them. But at average levels, they start to fear that others may receive the praise that they are after. And so they start to compete with the others. They are now competitive, success-oriented, image-conscious, and they learn to promote themselves, overstate their abilities with an "I must be better than you" attitude. At unhealthy levels, they will praise themselves, exploit others, persist, and relentlessly insist on their successful image that others at this point in time, because of their unhealthy attitude, see through. I also created, next to having written my book, an online course where I will teach you handwriting analysis principles, statement analysis, behavioral trend analysis. This will be 12 to 14 weeks on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. Start date is Thursday, March the 2nd. Cost is $795 payable through PayPal or Zelle using my email marcel3405@aol.com. I hope to see you there.